Congratulations on your purchase of the Expressi coffee capsule machine sold exclusively at ALDI. In the box, you will find the coffee capsule machine with power cord, the water tank, the drip tray, the used capsule container, and your user manual and warranty card. First step is to fill up the water tank. Gently open the top of the lid and make sure to rinse the tank if it's your first use. Then proceed to fill it up with water, but make sure you don't go higher than the max line as shown here. Please also note to make sure that you never let the water drop below the min line as highlighted here. Then line up the grooves on the tank with the rear of the machine and clip it in. If ever water does not dispense, the issue may be that you haven't clicked the tank properly into place. Next step is to insert the used capsule container by sliding it into the machine and then clip the drip tray into the capsule container. Once you switch the power on, and you will notice the lights on the front of the machine will start flashing. This means that the machine is warming up, and after a short period of time, the lights will become solid, which means it is ready to dispense water. If this is your first time to use the machine, it's recommended to run at least 2 to 3 cycles of water through before making your first coffee. The next step is to insert our capsule. Remember, only use capsules that are Expressi compatible. Start by lifting up the locking handle as shown here, and then line up the edges of the capsule with the hole on the machine. Drop the pod in as demonstrated here, and then push down on the locking handle completely. Please note that it does require some force to do this, as pushing down the lever will clamp the capsule inside the machine. You are now ready to pour your coffee. Place a cup on top of the cup holder and drip tray. You can now select between 2 levels of coffee. By default, the small cup or espresso button is 45 milliliters, or the large cup or lungo button is 105 milliliters. For this example, we will press the espresso button and your coffee will pour and stop once it reaches the correct level. When you've made your coffees, there are 3 things that you should do to maintain the machine to ensure its longevity. The first is to open up the locking handle, and as soon as you do this, the used capsule will drop down into the capsule container. Have a look at where you drop the capsules in and make sure there are no remnants of the used capsule still inside the top chamber. Next, empty the used capsules into the bin and give the container a quick rinse if needed. Then, finally, grab an empty cup and place it into position and run a small cup cycle through with water only. This will ensure that the machine is flushed out and there is no risk of limescale buildup over time. A handy tip is that you can adjust the preset water levels to your own liking. For the small espresso cup, you can set the default anywhere between 20 and 80 milliliters. And for the large lungo cup, you can set the default between 80 and 200 milliliters. To change the default level, press and hold your preferred button for a few seconds, and water will start dispensing. When you've reached your preferred level, press the button again to stop. This will now change the preset amount for that button. If you decide that you want to reset the water levels to the default setting, simply press both small and large cup buttons together at the same time for a few seconds. They will start flashing, and this means it has reset the levels to the default setting. When you go back to make a cup of coffee a few hours later, or the next day, and your machine is still plugged into the power, to wake it up out of standby, all you need to do is to press one of the buttons on the front of the machine and the lights will turn on. It's now ready to pour another coffee. We hope you enjoy experiencing all the flavours of the Expressi range at your local ALDI store. And if you need any further support, don't hesitate to call us on 1300 112 534.